Hello everyone, you are welcome to my YouTube channel, Messed Up Mentors. Today we'll look at unpacking in Python, and here we're going to specifically talk about tuple, list, and dictionary unpacking. First, we'll start with tuples, and we'll give examples while I discuss the subject matter. First, let's look at tuple unpacking. Tuple unpacking is a feature that allows you to assign multiple variables to values in a tuple in a single statement. Now, it simply works by unpacking the sequence, for example, a tuple, a list, or a string, into individual variables. What we mean is that we have a tuple and we can easily assign every element in that tuple to a variable. For example, here we have a tuple of three elements, 10, 20, and 30, and we can easily unpack them and assign them to the variable n, m, and p. So all we need to do is to just put on a single line statement n, comma p equals to that tuple. If we do that and run this value, printing each of these variables, what do we have? You can see that n is 10, m is 20, and p is 30. In the same way, if we have more than three elements of the tuple and we want to unpack this likewise into the same number of variables, for example, three variables, let's assume that, okay, I want to unpack, I don't know the number of elements in that tuple, but I want to unpack that into three variables. What we need to do is to pre-append the asterisk before the last variable. So here I have n, m, and an asterisk before p. Once it's assigned to the tuple, all it does is that what you unpack the first element to n, the second element to m, and the remaining element is unpacked at a list to the last variable. So if we do this and print, what do we have? We can see that n is 10, m is 20, and then p has been unpacked to a list of 30, 40, and 90. So the remaining element of that tuple is unpacked to the last variable that has the asterisk pre-appended to it. In the same way, we can unpack a tuple of strings. Okay, here we're unpacking name, type, and an asterisk is pre-appended before skills, which means is that the remaining item in that tuple is unpacked into skills. So if we print these variables name, type, and skills, what do we have? We can see the name is py4a, the type is Python, and machine learning, data analysis, and natural language processing, which are the skills, are unpacked into a list, okay, of the variable skills. Next, let's look at list unpacking. This is similar to tuple unpacking, but here we are operating on a list instead of a tuple. I hope we know fully well at this point that the difference between a tuple and a list. Okay, the tuple is immutable, while the list is a mutable sequence. So in this case, we are using almost similar examples. Here we want to unpack the list of three elements to three variables. If we run this, what do we have? It returns n is 10, m is 20, and p is 30. What if we have more than three elements of that list and we still want to unpack that into three variables? All we need to do is to pre-append an asterisk before the last variable. So what Python does is to unpack n to 10, m to 20, and the remaining items is unpacked as a list to the last variable that has the asterisk pre-appended to. So if we run this, what do we have? We simply have 10, 20, and 30. Okay. In the same vein, we can also operate on the list of strings and unpack them likewise as we have done for the tuple. So here we are unpacking the name, the type, and an asterisk pre-appended before the skills to py4a, Python, and machine learning, data analysis, and natural language processing as the skills. If we run this, what do we have? We have py4a, Python, and the remaining elements are unpacked as a list to skills. In the case of dictionary unpacking, we also try to do the same thing by assigning multiple variables to the key pair value in a dictionary in a single statement. Now, this simply works by unpacking the dictionary into individual variables using the keys as the variable names. Here, the syntax is function into double asterisk, dictionary. Now, remember in this case, the function here can be a built-in function, and you know fully well that the print is a built-in function in Python. So let's see what happens here. Here we'll write the dictionary, which we know as name. You can see the item and the values. So first, let's write out the keys. So data.keys gives us all the keys of data. Value, which is v, here the variable v is data.values. So I can simply print and unpack a list of the zip of key and values. What happens is that I'm zipping, in other words, I'm mapping the keys to the values. The zip creates an object, and when I call a list on it, what happens? It creates a list of the map between the keys and the values. Then by pre-appending with asterisk and printing it, what happens? It simply what gives me a tuple of the key and the values. Let's run this cell and see. What do we have? We can see the tuple of the unpacked key and the values. Now, instead of writing this, we can do this in a in a more elegant form. Okay, what we simply do here is to do print and then pre-append an asterisk before data.items. By calling this, what happened is that the dictionary is unpacked with the corresponding key and values. So running this, the name, okay, the key and the value, the key and the value unpacked by just a single line statement. Now, we can have a function, for example, which I call here make list. Okay, in this make list, I want it to accept a keyword argument. Now, what we mean here is that we want to pass in a key and a value, okay, key value pair as arguments to this function. And how do we do that? We pre-append a double asterisk. So what it means is that Python understands that it is taking a dictionary as the input argument. So we have the make list double asterisk keyword args. Okay. For more clarity, I would advise that you watch my previous video on positional argument, named argument, and keyword argument. I would leave that as a link at the end of this video so that you can refresh your knowledge on it. So here I have for name and value in keyword args dot items. Okay, now I'm iterating the names and the values in the dictionary, print, and then I bought value of name. So because I have this double asterisk here, it means I can actually pass in a dictionary what as argument into that function. So let's see here I have groceries, and the groceries we have the keys and then they have the values. Okay, so if I call make list double asterisk groceries, okay, you have to pass it in this way. Double asterisk groceries. What do I have? If I run this, it returns I bought 4 of grapes. I bought 5 of zebra. I bought 10 of betas. So you can see how I've been able to pass in a dictionary as a keyword argument into a function. So with this, we have come to the end of this video. If you have any question, please leave it in the comment section. Also, if there's anything you want me to talk about or give further clarification to, leave it in the comment section as well. Like this video, share this video, and please, if you are watching and have not subscribed to my channel, please do well to subscribe to my channel, and also do not fail to hit the bell symbol to get notified whenever I upload new videos. I will see you in my next video. Bye.